Welcome back, y'all. Everyone needs an Aquarius. I need to apologize on this, y'all. Life be lifing. And if you live in the St. Louis area, you know that we had hellacious storms. And it had me knocked out, and then I got the kid at home. I got all kind of stuff going on. So I didn't get the chance to record last week, and I apologize to all of you all and Dom. Um, but we got a whole bunch of good stuff today. Let's get right into it. Tyler Perry has dropped a new film called Surviving Divorce in Black. I watched
That
it
is
last
not what
night and
that movie is called.
what's it called?
It is called. That's just so funny. I'm sorry. It is called Divorce in the Black.
Oh shit, why did I say surviving?
Because we was just talking about surviving Diddy, and I was like, he get a break this week. Oh shit,
Yeah, and it
sunglasses.
just that just went in my mind from over there. Damn.
Why did you tell me I still have my sunglasses on?
And look, I ain't know you. Hey, look, I don't know. You know, we
Look,
look. You a superstar. We don't know.
listen. I took my braids down. My hair is so long. And I ran in from work because I was running behind today. You text me, I was like, oh my God, I know. But I just knew you was gonna be late. So I thought I had
Mm-mm.
that
Mm-mm.
window. And I didn't. And I was like, man, I was like, all right. I was like, Mom, I gotta call you back. I gotta go in the house. So I ran in. Here we are.
So it's not called. It's a divorce in black, right?
Divorce in the Black.
Hold on,
So
let me make sure before I start talking about this. All right, go ahead.
So I want to tell people because if you look it up, nothing comes up for divorce in the black. So it is actually I found out by my mom that it is in the black is an accounting term. So she was
She
like, you
says
know
it
how
in the
you
movie. She says it in the movie, though.
he says it in the movie, but if you let's say, okay, what does that mean? If somebody wanted to go see what that statement meant, nothing
Hmm.
comes up. And so I feel like it probably went over people's heads what happened. And I was like talking to my mom about it. And I was like, because you want to, when you get a divorce, you don't, it could really fuck shit up for you, credit wise, money wise, housing wise, all of that. So I was like, you would think she kind of want a divorce in the green. And I thought she said, well, no, in the accounting, they don't say there's like if it's green, it's just like you even. But if you're in the black, it's like you got this is going for you. So that's likely how he came up with that term. I said, does he realize his audience? And not that I'm not his audience, but you know what I'm saying.
He didn't realize his audience.
Dude, it's so funny because we I'm gonna upload it tonight. We did a review for my first
Make sure y'all
episode.
go over to St. Angeles on YouTube and subscribe and check out the full review that she's dropping. Just plugging that in.
Yo, I received the plug. I just I want to let y'all know that as I know that Vernon says it, Tyler Perry is probably trolling us at this point.
Gotta be.
I'm just my question is for the studios. How? We gotta be canceling great television. And we have to be subjected to shit like this. This makes no sense. Like, make it make sense. Like the first, I'm gonna say this. Not gonna hold you. I feel like the first 9 minutes and 9 seconds were very strong. It was
First 9 minutes and 9 seconds. What up to what point? What up to what point we talking about? When they pulled the body up out the goddamn
nigga, they pulled the body out the box. And then wait a second,
you
hold on now. This is probably a little shady. So the mama is taking off her clothes, stripping down to her slip, and throw them at the mother, talking about you ain't gonna tell nobody you gave me these hand-me-downs. And I was like, well, where you get hand-me-downs from? Because y'all are not the same size. Y'all are not alike.
I mean, I thought they
No.
were I was assuming that they just bought it for her. Like they didn't hand me it down. They bought it.
So speaking of buying, Richard Lawson said that the boy in the box, soon to be taken out the box, is gone to hell. And that
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the family got time to get right with Christ. So that means if he was a hood nigga like that, he ain't had no suit. That meant that family also bought the suit. So I brought me my money for that. So y'all should have took him off them clothes and then drained him of the embalming fluid because that's a cost too. I'm gonna need to be ran the money for the hearse. Run me
Yep.
my money, ho. Like, why you playing? It's just, it was so chaotic, but I'm gonna say it was so chaotic that it was almost believable. Like some shit like that would happen in real life.
No, no,
Like
no. That was I agree with you on that. If you're saying I can see that happening, I'm upset the movie wasn't Tyler Perry esque enough.
it wasn't.
It wanted me to try to take this shit serious. I needed to be more Tyler Perry. Need to be more Tyler Perry.
Yeah. No, you are absolutely right.
If that
And
makes, I know somebody like what? What do you mean?
no, but
No,
I know what we mean.
because man, I'm sitting there watching. I wanted Corey to be more of a sinister, like psychopathic killer.
So that's what we were saying. I was like, okay. I said, why was his dialogue and his appearance from a different era? It Come on, woman. Who you talking to, woman? And no, I told you she was cheating on me, man. What era is that from? And with the open face golds.
Oh no, no. He said I read off. I mean, I saw his interview. He said he invoked Ike Turner. After I tell you that, you understand what he did, why he did that.
So that's why it was like it was from 1972.
Yep,
It
yep.
wasn't working for me. And it wasn't working for the audience either.
I wanted to be more like a killer. I
But
want
he
to have
was
the people to get
literally
killed.
it. Like now that you said that, like that's why I told Vernon, I said it was giving 70s tease and I wasn't here for it. And now knowing that even more, that's where you went. You couldn't.
And I love
You
Corey
could have
Harwood,
got
man.
that
And
from
I
that,
thought it
but
was
you didn't
funny
have
though.
to take on Lawrence Fishburne as motherfucking Ike Turner. That's I ain't. This was I don't watch him in a lot of stuff, but this is weak to me, and this doesn't make me want to go watch any of his other projects.
No, he's good. He's good though. He's a good actor. He's a good
Mm.
actor. This was funny to me. This was a comedy to me. After I was like, oh, we just gonna do some bullshit. I had to turn off my because I was sitting there saying like I predicted a lot of stuff and like how Tyler Perry would write it, but he didn't go where I needed him to go. What he would normally
Yeah,
do.
that's
Like he
what
should
we
have
was.
killed off. The dad should have been killed. The
Yep,
mom should have been killed.
yep.
Both of the friends should have been killed. The new boyfriend. It should have been down to her and him at the end, and she had to kill him because he didn't went around and murder. And you could have did that throughout the movie. Like he's sneaking behind somebody in their car and strangle them. You know. Okay, you supposed to be my friend.
He
Like the one dude, his homeboy, he should have killed that nigga. If this is supposed to be a crazy dude,
Yeah, and that was the
in
thing.
a
Is
Tyler
like
Perry movie,
so
not a regular
okay.
dude.
So
Tyler
wait,
Perry
you remember in
crazy.
the scene where, because like where the his counsel is like, hey, we advise that you retain counsel to review the. She's like, I already read it. Blah 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 blah.
I thought that he had the house in there snuck in there. Why Tyler Perry didn't do that? That's normally a Tyler Perry move. I'm like, why are you not writing this until you?
So yeah, and so then after he saw what he saw and popped up in that house, she
I
would have
thought he
been like,
said
"What the
you didn't
fuck?"
look
And he
at the
was like,
divorce
"This my
papers.
shit." Yep. He's like, "Oh, we revised that shit." Yep.
No, no, no. I thought it was gonna be like you ain't read it. He told you to read it, and then he pulled it out and be like, I'm still on. I'm the owner of this house. I thought they was gonna do that.
Yep. And didn't, baby.
They made him an inept Tyler Perry criminal, y'all. You got to think in Tyler Perry world. He was an inept Tyler Perry. He was almost a buffoon, really, like a bumbling buffoon. Like he got his
Well,
ass
that
kicked.
was
What
that.
did he do that made people scared?
But see, when you really think about it in hindsight, it seemed like it wasn't him. It was the brothers. So think about at the okay when they
The
were
brother
saying
should have been more involved with beating up people and shit. Then, like around
so
shit.
that was the thing. It was like the brother, like he didn't really have to get his hands dirty. And it seemed like even when they jumped her new man Benji when he was in high school, it seemed like it was them, not him. Even when he called about the photo, one of the brothers called about the photo. You want us to take care of it?
He's like, nah, nah, nah. You don't even. Hey, but my thing is, where was he getting them photos from?
Maybe 'cause it was the county fair.
No, 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 no. The one at the party.
I didn't know anybody
He
took.
showed. He was looking at the photo of it, like he just got of her and homeboy Benji dancing at the divorce party.
I didn't see no photo.
Yeah, it was one showing them dancing at the divorce party. He looked at. See, I thought it was gonna be his homeboy was on the inside feeding him shit like and helping him out. I thought it was gonna be a twist. Is what I'm saying. Like I thought the couple was setting him up. There was one point because they kept looking at each other during the divorce thing. I thought that they was finna set her up, and then you gonna find out that they set her up at the end, and she got to fight everybody. Do something like that, Tyler. That's what you're supposed to do. I came there for some bullshit twist.
No, he did. He wasn't. He was talking about the photo of them at the park.
Right, I was at the divorce party.
Yeah, when they was talking outside, that's what he was showing him.
How did he get that? Did he take
No, no,
that?
no, they wasn't inside. It was the same photo. If because he said something because he said you're the one that you left
No, the
her.
one I'm talking about, they were dancing like they were dancing inside the party.
Oh, well then I don't
And
know.
that may be one of them Tyler Perry slip ups. We might have to just let that go because it might just be one
Yeah,
of them.
because
I'm like, you get
that
inside and get a
never
picture.
even. Mm-mm.
He needed to be killing more people, man. I'm sorry. I know that sounds messed up. I need him to be more sinister.
I just don't understand. Just and I'm asking for too much, but by now, I said it yesterday. We're not gonna develop his character or get a backstory on him like we got a backstory on her. Cause like how y'all just throw this body in the ground? Also, like, what is y'all upbringing? Why is the town scared of them? What the fuck do they be doing? Like, you got this knockoff ass Monique as a mama.
And you would think if they scared the town so scared of them, why they ain't got more shit popping in there? Like I'm just saying, like for me to be scared of these cats in this town, I would think they would have one of the big houses in town, but they just fuck
Baby,
people
y'all
up.
threw that body in the back of a trailer park. I can't believe they threw the
I just don't
body in the back
understand
of
it.
a pickup truck.
Hey, and I said this, and me and Meagan Good have a 30-minute relationship that is documented everywhere. But she's starting to try to look like Kerry Washington too much now. Like she went into the place and said, "Give me the Kerry Washington look." I don't know if that's true or not, or maybe the way the makeup looked. Because I was like, "Oh, did you some work done and go get the Kerry Washington?"
I just feel like
Is that am I tripping thinking that when I was
no,
looking?
no, no, no. Well,
Or was it the way the makeup made her look?
it could be the makeup, but I kept saying that I felt like she looked shocked. Like every scene, like she was walking into it was like what, and then it was like she
Yeah.
was snapped back into it. And then as I was like, so we not reshooting? Well, Tyler Perry don't do reshoots, so I just was confused.
Yeah, I think because Corey can play a great sinister character. That's why I thought he was gonna be like more of like a serial killer like type of thing. Because I've seen him do it in other stuff where he like just like for real, like kind of like it should have been like Michael Ealy. We could talk about that in a second. Michael Ealy and what was it? Was it the Bowels Break? The one where he was like the dude that the stalking dude, and he was like real sinister and killing people. I thought that's what Corey was gonna do when I saw the preview. I'm like, ooh, like kind of like a fatal attraction, but divorce fatal attraction.
He was too
I
busy
didn't get
trying
that.
to be Ike Turner with that terrible ass fro. It's the same fro that Boris Kojo had on, and I just was like, "What's happening? What's happening?"
Yeah,
Like it's one like that's the wrong era. Like it's so many abusers that you could have pulled from. Not like, and that's where you went. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I mean,
It was just terrible, and I get it that Tyler Perry is paying people, their coin or whatever, but it's like if you're gonna pay me what I believe I'm worth, right?
mhm.
And you feel like I am this big talent, but I should be able to have notes. I should be able to have notes and ask questions.
I mean, if you look on there, they got both of them got executive producer credits.
Exactly. So you should be able to have notes because a lot of times executive producers don't mean nothing. Like they don't.
It's in name
It's just
only,
a name. It's
basically. You
just a name.
see,
It's just another way for them to get more money. That's it.
like you're not really getting like a real input. They just
Yeah.
use your name to keep it pushing. Like similar to when people was talking about the Good Time show with Steph Curry. He didn't know what the fuck was
Yeah.
going on. Steph Curry didn't know what was going on
He
there.
just probably
That
he
team.
might have just gave them a little money. That's
And
it.
yeah, throw my name on there to get people interested in it. And that's what we gonna do.
Which I'm
All
surprised there
right.
wasn't more backlash about that. But whatever.
It was, but I kind of think that I think would have got more. He got to thank Drake and Kendrick. Honestly, I think that kind of like wiped that palette clean like real fast because it was kind of getting up there, and then Drake and Kendrick start beefing, and Diddy start doing some more shit. So like it was like
Yeah.
cool, y'all keep doing y'all. Yeah, Drake, come back with another song, please,
Right.
Kendrick. Oh, concert, cool. Nobody talking about my show. Um. All right, here we go. This is for you, Dom.
Are we gonna talk about Michael Ealy being slick?
Look here, look, it's coming up right now. I'm bringing it up right now. Here we go.
What's up, baby? How you doing? Good to see you, man. Everything good? How you doing, Mike? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Y'all want to get in? Yeah, real quick. This is fire. Love this. Love this. Dion will love this. Absolutely. I'm on. Love y'all.
All right, is that Sir,
Yeah,
the
that's
singer?
her.
Okay, I
That's
like it.
nigga
I can
Sir.
tell it's
No, that's
local.
D Smoke. That's D Smoke.
But is
There's
that Sir's
twins.
brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so they look the same.
Yeah. I
They
was like,
brothers.
I think that might be D Smoke.
They look alike though.
They look just alike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be D Smoke. Cause that was
All
I
right,
was
y'all.
like,
If you're on visual, this is the hug that shocked the world. Um, Michael Ealy scoops up Meagan Good off her feet in a hug.
shit, I don't know. I'm looking at it again.
I'm trying to see. It might be these. It
No,
might be
that might be D Smoke. That might be D Smoke.
um, sweeps her off her feet and gives her a hug. Um, Upon the chagrin of Mr. Jonathan Majors, he didn't acknowledge him at all. It seems from that clip, even though some people say he did at some point. But from that, it looked like it was a comedy. To be honest with you, a episode of Martin or Blackish or any black sitcom where like where they showed a little arrow on Blackish, a grown is like Doom, like her ex boyfriend, like, and he walk over like, "What's up? What's up?" And then fake out on you, turn around, and then give her a hug. Like it felt like that. Like,
Yeah,
but I started to realize how corny Jonathan Majors is even more and more. Like just the way that's the way you kind of play it up. You know, I don't know. How you supposed? I
I
don't know how
don't
you
know.
supposed to do.
Part of me feels like this was submitted or onto the interwebs that he clearly might have acknowledged him first.
That's what I'm
That's
wondering.
how,
The way it cut off. That's what I'm
yeah, that's
saying.
how he cut into it. So I don't know. Like part of me wants to play into it, of course, because
But most of me don't though, because it's like this is lame. Like to be
yeah.
honest, it's lame.
It's
Like to
like
be
it's
sitting there worrying about a
also
hug.
and then considering that she was just on like Good Morning America or the Today Show, and of course, they asked her about how her friends felt. Like did anybody say anything in regards to Jonathan Majors, you dating him? And she was like, all her friends like told her not to date him and blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it which goes back to my entire theory.
Look, it's our it look. I at this point, I think like a paternity test is 99.9%
Yeah,
accurate. At this point,
because a lot of people are still rolling with um the idea that this is arranged. But again, I just want to remind the people, why would she align herself with somebody that is going through something like this. I could see if it was, if he wasn't in the middle of like this huge legal battle, and it was just that he was going through a messy divorce, and he's still Jonathan Majors that's still gonna have his own movie in the Marvel universe and whatnot. But it doesn't make sense for her. She has nothing to gain here. Nothing. Like, people do that sometimes, like, oh, I'm gonna align myself with this person. I might not really fuck with them like that, but I know that, because let's be real about Meagan Good. There's a ceiling that Meagan Good cannot break through.
Oh, good point. Good point.
And this is no shade to the girl. Like,
No,
I am
it's not.
pro Black
And
woman.
she's like aware. She understands that as well.
Yeah. And so you're trying to get there, like get to that higher ground, and you are just still here, kind of coasting in the media, because she's had a movie with Dennis Quaid, but it's not like when that movie happened, it wasn't like it was the height of Dennis Quaid's career either, where it could be like, who is this girl? Blah, 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 blah,
You got to
blah.
see she was in Shazam. She was in both Shazam movies. That was DC comic books.
Yeah. And you still, hell, I didn't even know she was in there.
Oh yeah, she's in there. Yeah, she's in there.
So it's like you're there, but it's just like, yeah.
I mean, and to a certain extent, there's this term that Bill Simmons' podcast, The Rewatchables, uses, calls that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or that girl. Like, you've seen him in a whole bunch of stuff, but you don't know their name. I think Megan's got over that amongst Black people, but I wonder if mainstream audiences look at her as that girl.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Like Corey Harwood, and much as I like him as an actor, he's that guy even in the Black community.
Mm-hmm. They probably think that that's Wesley Jonathan.
That's what I'm saying. People like, oh yeah, I know dude. I don't know his name though. People know Meagan Good's name, and that may be because who
he was married to?
No. I'm talking about why people know Meagan Good, like why they would know her name, like name recognition. What is the thing that busts her through the ceiling for Black people, where people know her by name? You think? Is it? I guess it's just kind of being around.
I still don't really care too much for her since Eve's Bayou. I know it's just a character.
She was good in there in Eve's Bayou.
Yeah, good doing terrible.
I'm Doja. They sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, though.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch, though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey, man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And he do regular jobs. Don't forget that.
And I'm not saying that daddy didn't deserve to die, but you didn't have to come on. Like, you came on to your daddy. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, that's now you. This may sound messed up, or this I'm thinking about. Is Meagan Good the Halle Berry of my generation for Black people, for Black men?
Oh, see, I thought you was talking about.
No. Don't go there. Don't go there.
Okay, all right. Because I thought about it. It was right here.
I mean the fact that like how Halle was. You got to think about it. Before, I'm trying to think what movie Halle Berry was known because she was fine as hell, but she hadn't broke through for a while.
Yeah, until being Dorothy Dandridge.
And that's like 98, 99, right? Mm-hmm. Somewhere around there. Let me see. Hold on. When is Dorothy Dandridge?
Y'all can go back.
But even then, but I'm saying, is she that
number? But we talk about it. This whole thing.
But is she basically Halle Berry for Black men my age? How she was for 10 years before, but she just ain't have that big movie role like Halle to cross go past that where you said that threshold.
Yeah.
And you know what? I wonder if that could be a hindrance on your career too. If you know that, like, yo, I'm that bitch amongst all these people, and I can't break through, but I'm right there. and I can see it.
Do we want to have a real moment?
Well, yeah, go ahead. See, we did a great job. We didn't make it about this hug. We're having a real conversation now about other stuff.
Because I hold like, but see, even sidebar, sorry, ADHD. I believe that that man, whether you fuck with somebody or not, like I can acknowledge somebody. I don't have to say hottie, like have this deep conversation with you and keep it moving. I don't believe that he did not acknowledge him. And if he did, that is some sucker shit. And then that's some sucker shit on her to not correct it. Because that's that. I mean, regardless of the situation at hand, however you are feeling, but also think about it from this perspective. And if he did do that, let's not act like Jonathan Majors ain't been in better shit than him.
Then Michael Ealy?
Yeah. And let's not sit up here and act like he's not the better actor either. But that brings me back to Meagan Good.
Okay.
Some of the people that could be in her class or the surrounding class have stronger acting skills.
Okay, so who's in her class then in this situation, in your eyes?
Okay. How old is she? What is she? Your age or close to it?
She getting ready to be 43 in a couple of weeks.
I mean,
well, so I'm saying there's a gulf. I'm saying that's why I'm using her as an analogy for Halle Berry, because there's not many girls in her age in her class.
Because like everybody else, like think about it. Kerry Washington been around just as long. No, she's been around longer.
Kerry Washington's older though.
Yes, but she surpassed her. She had that.
I think they're two different classes. I would put Kerry Washington in Taraji class.
But Kerry she's been around on the scene longer. We kind of get introduced to Kerry Washington in Say the Last Dance. And if she was in something before that, I don't remember. But I remember Say the Last Dance. Yeah. And then, but also, I understand people will be formally trained.
And she is, though. I think she's got like a master's in acting.
I think Kerry Washington
from Juilliard, I believe.
Yeah, so she went to. But same thing with Michael Jonathan Majors. He's gone. He went to Yale. Somewhere on the East Coast. But
yeah, he went to Yale for the masters. Yep.
So that's just like Paperboy. Paperboy went to Yale.
Yeah, I know. She went to George Washington University. And she studied anthropology and sociology. Okay.
So I think it's just like certain people at like different levels of their craft, right? And I'm not gonna say, I don't know who off the top of my head. I'm thinking about surrounding people that have had like bigger breaks. And I'm not taking that from her because a lot of people in the industry would love to be like Meagan Good, to have consistent acting roles, consistently booking.
A great working actor. Like there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, that's just the same thing, like Vivica Fox had, which I was surprised that after Kill Bill, it just still didn't go up. But Vivica Fox is consistently always working. And she talks about, hey, y'all can talk about shit going straight to DVD, but I get paid. And that pays my bills.
You know what? I wonder if what's real? It's a lot of women not below Meagan Good, but younger than Meagan Good.
Yeah.
That like she's caught like a middle flow where she is being compared to Kerry Washington and them, like on that level, like she's caught in the middle, even though Kerry Washington like 6-7 years older than her.
Yeah.
And like a Nika Noni Rose and all those are like she's like in with them. So she's competing with them, but these younger girls like Nicole Bahari and like I'm trying to think of
she's around that, because Nicole is like a little older than me, right?
She's 39.
Yeah.
You got
Ryan Michelle Bath. And sometimes
What's old girl that's on our show that we watch? Not Disclosure. The one coming back.
yes. I know what show you're talking about. That's on the Onyx. That's produced by the Onyx Network.
Yeah, that one coming back. Old girl from Raising Canaan is a dope actor. Fatima, I forgot her name, but these are like, and like to your credit and what you're saying, Dom, I would say like Nicole Bahari, that girl from Power. Some of them are stronger actors than that, but that's why I say that is Meagan Good not the Halle Berry, and to a certain extent. Halle Berry, say what you want to say. I know some people may say this is crazy, not crazy, but like callous. But Halle Berry's not a strong actress. She leaned a lot on her beauty to be able to go far in the industry, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of white actors do that as well.
She has,
But
for
those
the most
black
part,
actors below her are strong ass actresses and attractive.
It's definitely people around her that support it and lift her up, right? Because like,
but it's an old school dynamic. Like Megan's kind of caught in that old school Hollywood flow where if I'm just cute and I can deliver some lines, I can move up. But those girls below her are like a little bit younger, are attractive, and they can act their ass off. Like that's
Zendaya and that drug binge that she went on Euphoria. Hell,
that's what I'm saying.
Chloe and Halle Bailey, but they also been in the industry probably just as long as Meagan Good because they also started very young.
But they're not newer industry. Go ahead. But do you understand what I'm saying? No,
Yeah.
like I'm saying like she's the old dynamic of Hollywood in general. It was you just like I said, be a cute face and I can just act a little bit or I'm decent.
Yeah.
But like I said, now these people, men too, not just women, men too, are coming through. Jonathan Majors, like you just said, a Paperboy, my dude that plays Paperboy. You got all these actors that are like, I'm gonna dig deep into this craft more. And I'm not saying those other actors did not. I'm just saying the dynamic of Hollywood has changed where you gotta be able to dig in if you gonna do this on this certain level. Is that what I'm trying to say?
Or it's like you're gonna consistently be trained by somebody or training with somebody that is going to push you, that is going to help you elevate. Because everybody, like I don't believe that everybody need to go to be formally trained in the theater and all these different things. So, but it's just consistently working at your craft. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying she's not. I'm just saying like she just came up at a different time. She kind of got caught in the mix, the middle.
Yeah.
She got caught up.
And then I think also it was kind of weird when you had Chloe dressed as a pimp and had y'all in chains, you and the twins. It was just kind of weird. So that rubbed people kind of.
What happened?
Oh, I'll send you the picture. It's
hold on. I think I remember seeing that. Is that where
you do? You remember they was like her little subs, the twins. And I think it might have been somebody else. It might have been 4, but I vividly see the twins and her.
Hold on, let me see. I think I remember seeing
the whole thing, and I think it was like that weird dynamic too, because her being accused of like bleaching her skin, and it's so many different things that happen that could have played a part. Because it's like I don't know. Like, and I don't want people to be like, oh, this to go viral or feel like we bashing her or anything, but that's just the reality, whereas even around, you have like how Taraji kind of just broke out. And again, like you said, she's caught in that age gap where you kind of fall in like below, behind the older people, and you caught between the young bucks. Mm-hmm. And I think for me, I have been waiting to see her do something where I am just like, yeah, she got it. Just like how I got on here and said about Coco Jones and the Usher tribute. I said, the girl is a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't seen anything. And people are like, who are you? Well, I'm a critic, just like everybody else on the fucking internet. But this, I'm not hating on her. I'm just genuinely like, I would love to see Meagan Good really push herself to really take it to the next level.
You know
And
what?
go
Low
ahead.
key, she was real good in low key. That I thought, like, and it's not even a drama. It's Anchorman 2.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
She was actually very good in there in a comedic movie. Like, good.
And then maybe that could be her bag that she hasn't fully explored. It's
Like,
like,
she was good
listen,
in there.
it's never too late to try something new and reinvent yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's never too late for any of us to be able to do that.
Yeah, low key, man. If Megan Good may need to figure out a way to get on like a Game of Thrones show or something like
Yeah,
fantasy where you
that's
don't even
what I'm
think about,
saying.
where you don't even think, you've been like, oh shit, it's Megan Good, but I'm forgetting it's her for this moment. And that's how
Don't do
Anchorman
your
3
eyes
was to
like
me.
this, girl. You got to stop that.
Yeah.
Unless it's something like you saying bitch or
Right. But that might be her natural reaction in general though. So
yeah,
if you
it
with
was
her,
just
that might be the
very. I
demo.
was like, it was like it came across like I can't believe I'm doing this, but this check is gonna clear for sure. That's how it came across.
All right. I got something for you, Dom, here. Our favorite person, the great Dr. Umar Johnson, has a conversation with Nick Cannon about him having a whole bunch of kids and messing with white women. Hold on. Here you go.
I'm irresponsible.
I never thought he'd come back like this, blasting.
He's someone who has created many broken homes. I have 12 children.
Okay.
I'm sitting on your couch today, Doc. Heal me, help me.
The black woman, she suffered the most. And because I come from a black woman, I have a special obligation towards her. I think on some level, it can be insulting to our sisters. I consider it insulting to the community as a whole. And as someone who works in the school, I've had to entertain conversations with black girls. When you all make it, y'all always abandon the community in pursuit of your spouse. Yeah.
I'm doing it for love.
Okay.
I'm not doing it to be right here to say I'm doing it for my community or any of that stuff. I'm doing it because I love this woman.
But is ignorance an excuse for irresponsibility?
Yes, I'm not thinking about what the community is going to think. What the community is going to think.
But do you have an obligation to the community though?
But I didn't care what any of them said. There was no place I could get used to.
You married her because you loved her.
No, you can't talk black and sweet white.
Do you not feel any guilt at all for the fact you did not provide them with that wholesome example of showing them how much a black woman deserved to be loved on by not choosing one yourself?
Guilt doesn't mean shame. Guilt means accountability.
Okay.
Sitting on a psychologist's couch, yes, I feel guilty.
All right, Dom. I've seen all your faces. Go forth, my sister.
See, I didn't see the extended clip. That was an extended clip. And I just want to say this again. He's making too much sense, and I don't like that I have to agree with him. So you want to know the interesting thing about Nick Cannon?
Hey man, how has he made a heel turn, but the opposite way? Normally you're a heel and like you stay bad. He didn't flip it, and
So I wonder what kind of. I'd be interested for Nick Cannon to see, like, or to talk to his therapist if he has one. Because, Nick Cannon, if I'm not mistaken, they kind of grew apart. Like, I remember him saying something about them, like, having to go to Goodwill, and he would, like, had his own style and all these different things and whatnot. And so I wonder if, I thought he came from a two-parent household.
I think his mom or grandparents might have raised him.
I know his mama was around, but I can't remember. I thought he had like a two-parent household. But either way, we talk
his
about
grandfather raised him.
Okay. So grandfather.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying here.
I thought his mama was involved in some kind of
his grandfather largely raised him. Lisa says here on Wikipedia.
Okay. So that's some sort of, he goes back, projection deflection happening right now. Now we can say, oh, but Nick Cannon got one baby by a black girl. He has a baby by a black girl that she's been on the internet several times saying that he don't even be around, barely do nothing, barely come to see the baby.
Oh
So
wow.
that comes back to he probably, when you saying something about the community, I don't care what the community think. Well, that's how you ended up with a black baby mother, because a lot of people was talking shit about you. So you did it because you felt like you owed people something. But we keep talking about this lack of community and how black people have lost a sense of community and how we really need each other. And instead of creating that community, we can create community starts at home. And then when things happen, you have the community, surrounding community, be able to step in and really lean, into that dynamic. I'm a product of community. You're a product of community.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and
100%.
when we say community, community includes family, it includes your friends, it includes church people, whatever that looks like in that surrounding space, like around you, right? The people that have hands on you. That is community. And so for you not to create that, you're like creating broken homes and broken communities, because like you got a baby with this girl, you got a baby with that girl, you got a baby with that girl. So you even talked about how you felt like it was a mistake and how you probably should have thought about this before you did it. And you can say, oh, you was being reactive to the lupus diagnosis. I'm not believing that, because that doesn't make you go stupid and go do stupid shit. So that lets me know right now that you had no intention on even trying to fight through your diagnosis. It was like you gave up, and then instead of like having, like I can see if you had a kid when one person, something happened and you passed or whatever. But that now impacts how many kids he got? 14 kids? 13?
Hold on. I was just on there. Hold on. He said
And not,
12, I think, on the video.
yeah. So now,
12, 12. He has 12,
so
12
not only
kids.
does that impact 12 kids, I know some of them you got a couple of kids by, like the women, but that affects them, your family, and the surrounding people. So like that's a lot to put on to people. But people don't think long term like that. I don't think people wake up saying, okay, I'm gonna die and I'm gonna die with that. I don't think that's how it worked. But you know that you were sick, where you have been hospitalized a lot, where you didn't know if you was gonna come to. You like, shit, let me shoot the club up. Listen, my mom died at 6 months, and I'm 37. And how
And it
that
still affects you.
still affects me. It's selfish, it's irresponsible. And I hate to say, but you wasn't raised like that. Y'all gotta.
But
All year
oh,
I have agreed with Dr. Umar, and I just don't like how this
no,
feels.
look, Umar, if you could just really get this school open and let it be legitimate, it would go
I
so
need to
far.
see
You would
his.
you would go you would jump in my top five black people. If I could trust you
Yeah,
with this money and not think you grifting and not think that you are scamming on the low, and just get the school going and get it up and going where people can really be edified in it. Man, because what he was saying was
it was true, and everything that he said this year is true. And here's
no,
the.
what's been up with that, Dom? What is up with that?
I don't know. We're in the twilight zone. Which sidebar, I found out that the Twilight Zone was created because the writer, the creator of it, wanted to do like a movie or a story in regards to Emmett Till. And then everybody, all the networks, all of that shut it down. And so from there, he was like, how can I tell these different stories about weird, like certain things happening? And that's how he created the Twilight Zone.
Oh wow! So it came from Emmett Till. Did not know that.
Yeah. But
Huh. Umar.
yeah, I don't know. Like, and I don't, and I would. I'm not saying you have to be an actual therapist, because Iyanla Vanzant is not a therapist. She's not a psychologist. She has people talking to holes in the mud, like in the dirt, speaking to that hole, speaking to that hole.
I mean, not all
But
not
I'm
all good
saying,
people
like,
necessarily have degrees, you know. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's just like, I think he's trying to really turn, like, okay, I gotta kind of stop pandering a little bit, and now that I think he's found his medium, I kind of fuck with Umar.
And he gotta get that school open though, Dom. Like he gotta get that school open. Like that's imperative.
Yeah.
We're going on like year 7 or 8 or 9 or something. This school ain't open yet.
And I'm surprised he hasn't tried to partner with a charter school, as easy as it is to get a charter school
Well, he
open.
want to do it all himself. Like I know he had an issue with the shout out to Lord Jamar of Grand Nubian, and he was like I think his father or father-in-law started 2 schools in New York. He's like, hey, I want to hook you up with my dad, and Umar was kind of like barking at him, like, no, I don't need no help, and blah blah blah, and it was kind of contentious.
Umar, you
So
need
that's
help.
what fed into feeds into people's idea that this is a grift or a scam, because it's like a lot of people are trying to help him, but he like is resistant to all these different.
Because he just like, but see, there go the ego thing, because he want to be able to say, I did this on my own. Doing it on my own still does not mean that you cannot take assistance, take a meeting with somebody, y'all get a line on one accord, and then go from there.
Or they don't want assistance on the to be play devil's advocate, because then I don't want nobody up in my books, because I be doing funny shit with the money.
Or
I'm just
that
saying.
he doesn't strike me as the type that indulges in Prada and Bentleys and
Yeah, but
Murcielagos.
he
But
also
yeah,
feel like somebody that deals with QuickBooks either.
yeah.
All right, I got another one for you here. I'm just gonna fire this one right on in. Right here.
Between being with black women and being with he comes into the home. They're not, nigga, what you talking about? Unless you giving me this, doing that. There's no respect of the man, the black man, in that by black women. And I'm not, black women do not be mad at me. Cook, girl, you don't even know how to cook. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's all black women. Can side that Asian, Korean, Japanese, that other side is where, you know, culturally those women were not, those women were taught to hold down. But it's more than subservience. It's don't get it twisted. I know you know how to cuss the thorough man, cuss a man out thoroughly, and but as soon as you cussing him out, you still making dinner, you still washing his clothes, you still cleaning the house, and you're not doing that with, you know, this is my job. That's just what you were trained to do.
Actually, I didn't mean to play that, but fuck it, we here now, because I wasn't going to even talk about him.
Okay. It took me a
He
second to realize
apologized
that
for
was coming up
this
short.
as well. He apologized for this, but keep going.
I am tired to being diminished to just being able to cook. Can I cook or can I not cook? Can I clean? Can I not clean? And what it sounds like you want is a slave. Like, goes back to, you know, I get it, we all have certain requirements when it comes to dating and relationships. It sounds like to me this is falling back on like, and I know he's saying not all black women, but that goes back to dating in your lane. Dating, asking questions, understanding certain things. And if that is a requirement for you for a woman to cook, then why are you spending time with somebody that's not their MO? So and then you bring it down to this. If you know you are OCD about cleanliness, why am I gonna date a man that is nasty? You know what I mean? Like those are requirements for me. And y'all always bring it back, well, you want this, you want that, or whatever. But it's like, what dialogues are you having? Because these are things that kind of happen in like the dating stage. But see, it just goes back to how I always say people don't want to ask the tough, hard questions in the beginning. Because if you do that, you don't waste your time. And yes, people can put on a show. I know a lot of people say that, oh, people don't show up as their true authentic self. This chick right here does. Do you want a kid? Do y'all have a history of cancer? Do you brush your teeth how many times a day? Do you floss? Are you doing this? Are you doing like there's certain and people are like, oh, those are no, those are important questions. Do you have a history of obesity? Do you have this? Do you have that? Like, and I can answer those same questions. Has mental health? Do you have anybody in your family that's schizophrenic? Like, so, but no, everybody want to keep it cute. Oh, what like we want, I need to go to, yeah, I'm just not fucking with that. And like I said, yes, you're saying also you're stereotyping different creeds of women, saying, oh, well, they're gonna do this. A lot of them don't. A lot of them did not inherit the traditional family views and values that were put in place. Because a
Man,
lot
just
of
like what you like, man. It's not even.
So that's what I mean. I'm like, like date what you like, and just date what you like, and it just let it be that. I don't need this. I don't need you to put a disclaimer or speak down about anybody. Everybody, every race got they bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, he a weird motherfucker from Kansas City.
He's from what? Did he go to high school there? Let me see.
If he went to high school there, he definitely from there.
I got some of my people. I got a lot of people from KC, man. Shout out to Brent. Oh, he's my age too. Shit.
Acting dumb. And has so many opportunities and has pissed away a lot of opportunities because he would have been a big deal. And
he moved to Tempe, Arizona. Okay.
He went to school where?
He moved to Kent. He ain't fully KC. He moved to LA at 5.
Oh, why he be?
He was born there, but he wasn't raised there.
Okay, no, that don't count. So he came out here with the other dudes that sometimes weird, but whatever. So we're not gonna put that on Kansas City. But
yeah,
it was so many times that Columbus Short was there, literally there, A-list. Like that first season of Scandal that he was on.
He's good. He's a good actor, man. He's a good actor. Like even though he be in direct TV movies and all this stuff. Even though he be in some of them Tubi movies and direct to DVD movies, he be killing it in them.
Yep.
He be killing it. You can tell he's way above everyone else.
But his mouth and his hands get him in trouble all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time.
Every time.
All right. I got some more for you. We flying through them here. All right, let's go with this show. We got to stop this show right here. We got to stop this show. This show needs to cease.
Popping your balloon for Brian.
Hey, Brian. I love the way you speak, but for me, it was the pants. I don't like the pants too tight. I'm kind of ghetto too, so I like them a little loose, and that was just it for me.
Okay. How old are you?
34.
You're 34? Mm-hmm. How many kids you got?
I got 3.
You got 3?
Yep.
How many baby daddies?
I have 3.
You got 3 baby daddies. Okay.
I should have said 0. Because it's just me.
You don't lie to the public?
No, I have 3, but it's just me. I'm a single parent. Okay. There's no man in my life.
Okay. No man in your life?
Nope.
Why is the reason for there no man in your life?
Well, my first child, his father passed away, and the other 2 are nowhere to be found. So, what can you do?
They do you like that? What's wrong with them?
Something. Only God knows.
Or is there something wrong with you?
Possibly, but I think I'm just fine.
I think you're just fine as well.
Thank you.
Right, but to say that a 41-year-old man is disqualified because of his pants?
You're 41?
I'll be 41 in September.
Okay, because I was like, I thought you said 40.
I'll be 41 in September. That's coming up.
I like it. It's okay for you. It's not my style. With everything going on, I like the pants to be a little baggy, that's all.
Where you from, love?
Kansas City.
Kansas City?
Yeah.
Okay. How long you been out here?
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, I had to get that one in because it was Kansas City. I just wanted to level set it out. This balloon show, man. I don't know.
I know somebody that went. I'm gonna have to send you the clip.
Oh, somebody that was on there?
Yes.
Because it's out of Phoenix, right?
I don't know where it's from.
I looked it up. I think they're out of Phoenix.
First of all, she should have said something about that Roberta Cavalli shirt that he had on. It's giving fake. And maybe it was Cavalli, like, there's tiers to different brands. But I'm like, I'm going to say this. I can see how she said, okay, your style isn't necessarily my style or whatever. He seemed like a nice guy. Oh, I mean, though he indirectly read her, he was still nice about it. And, asking the questions. He wasn't condescending to her or anything, right? I don't know if I could go, like, and I'm a confident person. But people sometimes, we've seen them get really kind of crazy, with people when they pop the balloon. You had the one girl have somebody pop her balloon and all those different things. So you got to really have thick skin to be on the show. And it's probably part of it is embellished a little bit, of course. But he was
the devil to me.
He was okay. That go back to kind of what Umar was saying to Nick. You having these kids, you're not creating a home for them. You got, unfortunately, like she said, the oldest kid father passed away. And you now a single mom. You don't even know where the men are. So I'm keeping the same energy for both. And that's not being judgmental. That's just being real.
If you're gonna give Nick that smoke like that,
yeah, she is getting the smoke too, because it's you being irresponsible. Birth control is available, spermicides, different forms of contraception. You got condoms that are lambskin and different technological things that are happening regarding that area. And it's like, you knew the first guy left you.
And let's give it a benefit that let's say he passed while the baby was the baby was alive.
No. I'm sorry, the second guy.
Yeah.
And he turned around and do it again. And then you didn't even do nothing to try to prevent it from happening. And I don't want to, like, somebody is probably in the comments, you're 37 without kids. Yeah, that's a choice. And do I ultimately want kids? Yes, but I also would like to have a partner that is potentially my lifelong partner. Y'all have babies by these niggas, and ain't worth shit and ain't gonna stick around. And here's the crazy thing, is that my mom, and this is an old school message. A lot of times a guy ain't gonna fuck with me because they know I ain't got kids. They'll go mess with somebody that has kids because they know they fucking.
I mean,
but I'm putting it back on the men too. It's like, if you know you're not gonna stick around.
But that's a power thing for some people. Like, they want to be able to say they got the person, like they want an injured person so they can always have power over them. Of like, so some dudes will want old girl with 3 kids, and I'm not for nefarious reasons. Like, oh, well, then, so if I scoop her, she ain't going nowhere, regardless what I do, because I saved her. Mm-hmm. Or a woman the opposite way, like, oh, I'm gonna get this one dude. He ain't got everything popping, because if I get him right, he can't leave me, because I basically have the control over you because you ain't have shit. And some people like that control.
Yeah.
That's why I always tell some young ladies, man, like, watch out for a dude that's really trying to, like, overly be trying to take care of you, like, where it's like, like, it sounds good until you used to him paying everything in your life, and you set up your life and got comfortable that he's paying 100%, and he swept that rug from up under your ass, and now you sitting there like, damn, what can I do to keep you? It's some manipulative shit.
Well, if you have a job, you should have money stacked away and always
look,
have a rainy day
but come
account,
on, Dom.
girl.
Let's keep it real. Some of them same people that be like, I want my
Yeah,
man to pay 100%. And there's nothing wrong with that. When I'm not getting to that argument. They ain't saving their money. They
yeah,
tricking it on the shoes and all their luxury things they want. They ain't stacking up like you saying, Dom. Let's keep it real.
baby, because I would be stacked.
Right. But 80% of the women would not. Let's keep it
Yeah,
real. Because I
stacked.
know,
Commas, 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 zero, zeros.
but I'm telling you, most of them not. They like, girl, I got that $100,000 Hermes bag because I just got because I'm used to my dude
Hermes,
paying for everything. I'm good.
Hermes.
Hermes. That's how y'all know I ain't stylish. That's why I will go on there. First of all, I would never first of all, I'm never going on no bullshit like that ever in my life. No
Should I
balloon
put
popping
my
thing.
MS scarf on while we have this conversation?
Look, as I'll be on there. First of all, I would either take the super nice guy role. Like, okay, that's cool, sweetheart. It's all good. Or I'm gonna go Darth Vader on there and be like, just looking. I'm reading everyone before they pop their balloons. I walk in, I'm reading. I'm getting ready to fire. I'm just got the fire. But I'm probably not. That's old D. That's pre 2010 D. We'll just get
Yeah,
to shoot the machine gun off. But no, it's no serves you nothing at all but entertainment for someone else. And I'm not
yeah.
doing that. I'm
I
not
just,
doing that.
yeah. I mean, and I just
And if I
like,
be, and I don't know if my dudes don't understand it. No, if you go in there and be a nice dude, I wouldn't even care if all the girls pop their balloon on me. If I just look like a decent dude to have a decent swag about me, the girl's gonna be in my DMs anyway after the show. So it doesn't
right,
matter
and
what
that
y'all say on
happened,
this.
and that happened with one of the guys, and it was something about it was she was like, oh, I just didn't really like his outfit. He wasn't stylish or whatever, and
And
he
he
was
was a
like,
lawyer or something, right? Or he
yeah,
just
like, and
graduated
he
law
ended up
school or
being like
something.
a blurred, like a nerd, like, but
Yep.
he like was, like a nice guy, had his shit together. And I'm trying to think if they ultimately ended up going out. He ended up going out with somebody, and like in a full on relationship now. But it's just like y'all be so quick to judge a guy by, like book by his cover. Though I did say I hated that Cavalli shirt. I did, and I'm standing
But
on
the
that
thing
shirt.
though,
The
you can
pants
change.
wouldn't
Like
have bothered me
you
as
women
much.
that's gangster, like you would know. Oh, I can change his style. I can just get him to go buy this, and this, and
Yeah,
get
I
him
would just be
exactly
like,
how I want
listen,
to look.
I don't like. Yeah, I was like, I don't like your outfit, but I'm gonna go out with you. And at some point, like I've dated men before that was just like, can you help me with my style? I was like, yes, I was gonna do it anyway. You didn't have
Yes.
to ask. I was just gonna say, meet me here or whatever. But I think we get caught up on little things like that sometimes. Like it's certain stuff that I'm pretty sure I got that my nigga don't like, or if he got stuff that I don't like, whatever. But I'm like, but also I'm like, but I'm not. I didn't. I'm trying to think back to. I remember what he had on, but I was like, whew. But yeah, he looked nice. Now after that, down the line, be some questions. I say, so that was the choice. Okay, and I just keep it moving. But I'm not. If a guy like comes up to me and starts talking or whatever, and we're getting to know each other, I'm not gonna be like.
The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Boyz II Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
I want to talk to you because your outfit is ugly. Like you said, that's superficial. That's something you can fix. I'm more caught up in the character flaws because we're grown.
Exactly.
There's some things that you just can't change about a person. And I know people always like, people change for who they want to. I said, no, sometimes it'll be stuff engraved. And am I willing to spend the time and the energy, years and years, to reverse, help them unlearn? They gotta want that. That's different. That's a different type of
Man, that it's always fun with that. All right. So next up, Cameron and Mase have been going back and forth with Jay Prince. They made some comments on their show. It is what it is. That Shakur Stevenson is not an exciting fighter. So Jay Prince says basically to them, hold on, I'm gonna get this quoted up from Mr. Jay Prince, because I want to, we journalistic people here. We try to keep it exactly the way that that people have said. I want people to know how this is, and it's interesting. I want to give us also a shout out to Sleepy, who brought up a great point, and I know they'll be talking on their show. Jay Prince, all right, hold on, I'm right here, yeah. Sorry, I have everything else locked in, just not this one thing. All right, so Jay Prince goes to his Instagram and Twitter after those statements and says, so Cameron and Mase first say, now you gonna knock me out. Oh, but Shakur Stevenson said he threatened to knock out Cameron for taunting him over his lack of punching power in the ring. So basically, Cameron came back like, dude, you punching me because I'm criticizing and giving a sports critique. Basically, is what Cam is saying. Then Jay Prince comes out and says, and to all of you haters who want to escalate that hate outside of the ring, I'm Shakur's manager and I handle all his business outside of the ring. In other words, Cam and Mase, I will fade all his shots and take all bets.
How old is Jay Prince? Isn't he like their age?
Okay, no. He's older than this is. I don't know why these Harlem niggas can be so eloquent and ridiculous at the same time. And this is Mace's response, Cam Mace's response to that from Jay.
The little niggas, like for real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas, so we don't even respect big homies. I know Killer doesn't, and for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. Niggas would tell me, Mase, chill. No, chill for what? Who is this nigga? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like, I want to respect you, but I can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if I got a Lord, like the dudes that raised me, if I was out of pocket, they would tell me I'm out of pocket. They wouldn't let me put them on a crash out mission. They would say, yo, Mase, listen. Mm-hmm. Around here, we don't send niggas to do nothing for us. We don't pay niggas to handle our problems. Mm-hmm. You got to put in your own work around here, Lord, man. That's what you were supposed to tell them. You can't go out here and talk crazy and then send me on a mission. Mm-hmm. Nah, this is where the game got messed up when young niggas started sending old niggas out. And just because this little ignorant nigga got a few dollars, he make all of you that's supposed to be real run after his mission. Mm. This is a problem, Jay Prince. And I'm going to tell you like this. If you're 60 years old and you trying to be a street nigga, you fail.
That was it right there, Dom.
Because, and I don't have nothing to say, and that's all.
That's it.
But that's my same, sentiments, because listen, y'all talk about these young cats and how people respond to all these things, but your old ass, like, wasn't he, with the whole thing that happened with Takeoff and people got to handle things.
His sons, because his sons were involved in that.
Yeah, whoop-de-whoop, da-da-da-da-da. And he probably only mainly said that shit because he didn't want nobody to come after his kids. But ultimately, y'all be preaching this shit. Y'all don't practice what y'all preaching to anybody. And so, which is why we still have the same issues that we not only have in the hip hop community, but just in the community as a whole. Mm-hmm. Like, nigga, what? Because I have a podcast, I have a show that people tune into, and motherfuckers all on the internet was saying the same shit, because I don't even know who the little motherfucker is, but I saw it up and down my timeline and people were saying the same shit.
Hey, that's hilarious. He's like, I didn't keep on boxing, but I knew that.
Yep. And because y'all they have a claim to fame, you coming to target me. No, we're not doing that. And you got me fucked up if you think you finna come and beat my ass. I don't know. Like, it's giving sassy.
You said it's giving you what now?
Sassy. It's giving sassy. It's giving bitch made. Like, and I know I said I was gonna scale back on my cussing. I did, but it's not giving what it's supposed to give, and that is just like it's just an extension of the problem. And then and then if something really happened and to one of those guys, then everybody gonna know exactly where to go and look. And you ain't gonna be nowhere to, well, I don't have nothing to do with that. Blah, blah, blah. I was just talking shit. I got caught up in my feelings and emotions. Well, feelings and emotions and being reactive gets you killed. It does. We see it happen all the time. Just like we said that shit with Drake and Kendrick. When his house got broken into, I said, hey, I don't think Kendrick had nothing to do with this. You said, oh, it's this. But stuff can go too far. Y'all see what happened to Rick Ross and them. Y'all go too far. That's all.
Yeah. I love when we didn't know who Jay Prince was. There was years we only saw him in magazines, maybe here and there. Most people didn't know how his voice sounded. And he literally had a kind of a boogeyman feel. You heard of this guy that was like working in the shadows and he was low key and he ran rap a lot. I just miss that kind of Jay Prince.
I just miss that about a lot of people. The internet got everybody wanting to be famous.
Yeah. I mean, he writing books and doing all that type of stuff. And there's nothing wrong writing a book but it's like a book of like a gangster book of like how to get into business. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. But everybody don't need to be on the front lines or nothing. Like it just like I love to see when you hear about somebody like what's up, my dude, Al Heyman. Well, you just hear this dude's name. You can't find a whole bunch of pictures of Al Heyman online even, but he's one of the top boxing promoters in boxing.
That's like Chanel.
Yep.
I wanted to bring it in so the girlies could relate.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a lot of pictures of Chanel. For that reason, she wanted people to focus on what it was that she could do. And that's it. She was raised by some nuns, which is why you have like the chain and all of that stuff is homage to the rosary. She had a lot of wealthy suitors, maybe, but you don't really. Not that many pictures of Coco Chanel.
Yeah, like I mean, Al Heyman's got pictures online, of course, y'all. Before somebody, I just Googled it, I found a whole bunch of pictures. I mean, like Al Heyman, you ain't never really heard his voice for real. He don't be out there, and he's one of the most powerful people in that sport. There's tons of other people out there as well, that are kind of shadows, and they kind of just work that way. And the line at the end when Mase said, for you to be 60 and still talking about gangster shit, you have failed, that one hit deep. Like, I was like, oh. You are 60 and out here on gangsterism and talking about you gonna handle his debts and all that, That one. That was
60. You like and at Jay Prince's level and with his connections, why aren't you off the coast of Monaco right now, just chilling on a yacht?
Be involved in stuff with the boxing stuff, but why are you all on Instagram and stuff popping shit and doing stuff like that? Why?
See, if he was because if he was in Amalfi Coast, he wouldn't have time to even trip up, and he wouldn't get a signal.
No, it's because he be hanging with Drake. Because he this one of them cats around Drake.
I know.
I had to pull it back around to Drake at some point. We had mentioned, him in this whole podcast.
Which time where everybody was like, oh, he looks so tired and beat up at the white party by that Mike Rubin has for the 4th.
No, I've had that look before. I'm just drunk.
No. I just said this. Like I said, hey, it just looks like he did not re-up on his fillers. That is what that looks like to me.
It looked like he was just drunk. I've been in that look where I've been kind of in a mood, and then the drinking just got me looking like that. But I'm not that upset. But I'm like, it's other things that's in the back of my head that is coming to the forefront. So maybe they are right, and the alcohol just bringing it out on his face.
Yeah, I just
I've been there
like
before.
It looked like a little drunk, and just like he didn't get fillers. He didn't re-up. But somebody was like, "Oh, he got lines in his forehead now." I said, "Yeah, because he need to go get retouched." The men do it too.
Hold on. They do?
Yeah, it's a lot of people. Like word on the curb is that like they'll do a lot of things like when it comes to like the sculpting of their face. So like Bad Bunny is supposed to have gotten his jawline sculpted. But and then even Drake, that's supposed to be one of the things that he kind of got the jawline sculpted a little bit. He already got them eyes that kind of turned down as opposed to up, where they kind of look like sad a little bit.
I didn't even. You got me on that one. I didn't even know that. This next one is the case of Bryson Muir, former player in the NFL. I'm just gonna let the news story go for this one.
As soon as I heard Hebrew Israelites, I already knew this story was about to be messed up. Now, the story begins with this husband and wife, Daniel and Kirsten Meagan. Now, Daniel is retired from the NFL, and he was a defensive tackle for the Green Bay Packers, as well as the Indianapolis Colts. Now, about 2 weeks ago, their son, Bryson Muir, and I redacted this image because it does not need to be seen on the internet, but he went missing, and they filed a police report about his disappearance, which kind of seems standard for parents.
We do have reports that Bryson is safe and well. And Daniel and Kristen Muir have been incarcerated at the Cass County Jail.
It's a shame.
As far as charges for the parents, what can you tell us about that?
Daniel Muir is facing charges of a level 6 felony of obstruction of justice, as well as a Class A misdemeanor for domestic battery. The mother, Kristen Muir, is facing just one count of level 6 felony, obstruction of justice.
You said 6 a.m. How large of an operation was this morning? And what we believe, at least on our side, believe to be a very large property there in Logansport.
Yeah, so with anything of this nature, we have to be well prepared going into the unknown. But ultimately, everything went well. Everybody's safe, including Bryson.
Now, the police had got a tip, and they're not telling us whether they got a tip that Bryson was at this compound or if they were just investigating this compound. But it's owned by somebody by the name of Servant Leaders Foundation, which is a nonprofit religious organization. Now, when Bryson had disappeared, it was actually his grandma, Cheryl Wright, who stated that her grandson was missing and she believed that he was being abused by his father. The granny tipped off police about the possible abuse after finding her grandson with a black eye. He was last seen in Cleveland, Ohio, and leaving his mother, Kristen Meagan's home in a white 2015 Chevrolet Suburban. Now, the grandma did disclose that Bryson told her his father had did those injuries to his face and body, but he didn't tell his grandma why his dad did it. And according to court documents, Daniel, the father, had admitted to abusing his son vis-a-vis a private phone call that they had obtained. Now, the grandma believed that her grandson was being brainwashed by the parents in this religious group. Now, when the grandma had made that missing persons case, the police had called in the parents, and the parents were basically being inconsistent about where their child was, even though they knew that they had sent their son to the Hebrew Israelite compound. After talking to the parents separately, the police determined that both of their stories were inconsistent. So much so that they even had stated to the police that you can talk to us vis-a-vis our attorney. For some strange reason, their defense is they have been targeted. Targeted by how? It was your child that y'all gave birth to, and he went missing. So who's targeting you exactly? Now, in the case, when they were taken in, the judge had denied them bond and cited that they were flight risk. The parents were also each ordered to have no contact with their son. Remember, this guy retired from the NFL, so you know he got that moolah. So, of course, they're going to deem him a flight risk. I'm going to keep you guys posted because their next court hearing is July 16th. So I'm going to let you know if they have elected for a trial and how that's going to play out.
Well, that
Oh man, so this story with these I mean, are they black? I digged into this story even more, Dom.
You
So
did?
supposedly,
Really?
yeah, this
You know,
story
I
is
found a
amazing.
noisy bystander, whatever. That's how I found out the whole thing about the shade room for real being ran by the Potter's house is because of her.
Oh, the girl right here that's talking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Did
Yeah.
not know that.
Mm-hmm.
So she be on point with her research.
Yeah, she be digging all into it. She's good. I like her.
You want to start following her. Uh,
Well, yeah, I don't know. Like, okay, this is just why. Because I know somebody who at one point was oddly married a former NFLer who also was a Black Israelite. So that's why this is super interesting to me. You know, like, is that the thing? Like, you know, we get out the league and, you know, the money that we have, we go and become Black Israelites who don't mind being confused with the cues or whatever that's the same colorway. And you be like, wait, and you be walking up like, oh, it's the bros. And you be like, oh, wait, no, it's not. No, it's
yeah,
not.
that happens all the time for them.
And it reminds me what they was doing to him. Did you remember Muslim with Nia Long? Did you ever watch that?
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was
That's
real
what
good.
it's giving.
And what was Roger Guinevere Smith was the dad in there.
Yeah. And how they was beating the boy, beating Evan Ross.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of similar where you feel like it was like they was trying to like control him, brainwash him a little bit. So that's what it also reminded me of. And it's just like so bizarre that at first you're like, okay, maybe the daddy has CTE, but then for the mama to be doing the same shit, and though she only got charged with a level 6 felony, it's just like I don't know. Like I
Well,
just think
supposedly Newsweek has an article saying that they beat him up because he touched a 5 and a 7-year-old little boy in their privates. That's what Newsweek is reporting. Now, I don't know if that's true. They were saying like that might just been a reason for them like saying that's why they abused him. Like, oh yeah, he was touching on little kids, that's why we beat him up or whatever. So I don't know. That was the way that the article was saying like it may not be the real reason, uh,
and
whatnot for it
of course
happening.
to throw that back on the kid, which that like you said, that could be true, but there's so many ways that you handle that.
Yeah, the father reported Bryson Muir had touched Bryson Muir, which is the son, uh, to Daniel Muir, touched 2 5-year-old boys and 1 8-year-old boy's parts. He learned about these alleged incidents through the father of the kids who were touched that told their parents, he claimed. And then he goes, I whooped his ass like a grown man, Daniel reportedly told Wright, also claiming that his son has never been abused. On the phone with Wright, Daniel Muir reportedly made a statement claiming that if they lived in their homeland, religious land, Bryson would be put to death for his acts. Instead, they live in the U.S., so they could not put him to death.
But they found him on a
Yeah.
religious compound.
Yeah, and then the affidavit also states Daniel Muir provided police with a video of his son standing in an undisclosed wooded area, claiming, "My father did not punch me in the eye." When Muir finally agreed to meet with the authorities on June 27th. Yeah, that's some weird abusive stuff though. If you showing a video, yo, here go my son telling y'all I ain't hit him. That's some weird
I don't
stuff,
know
man.
what to believe, but like again, and I guess it's so many ways that you can handle this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if let's say those calls are true, right? There are conversations that are to be had with your child. because it's like, okay, so why did you do this? Why did you feel like it was okay to do this? Because we be so quick, and I guess it hits different because like I was just listening to a podcast, and this week, well, they've done like a series of like domestic violence type deals, and him understanding how the punishment that he received as a kid, how it was ingrained in him, like is how you are supposed to respond to certain things, and how he has gone to therapy, realized different things that have happened that have triggered him, and he is just unlearning that and working to do better, right? And so it's like there's so many ways to have that conversation, and we're so conditioned to hit people when things are wrong, where the conversation should be a conversation should be had. And I know people are not going to agree with me, because it's not like he is 35 touching kids, right? There's different ways to handle things. There's levels to it. But it's also having a conversation with their kid about their sexuality. Like, like there's so many things, and we don't want to talk about things because, America, everything is just so taboo. We sweep everything on the rug, and you beating your kid does not prevent them from whatever urges that they have. We need to talk about this. I don't know. Like, it's just, it's weird. I feel like that's a cop out. I feel like that might be a cop out, but them saying that the son did that. And so
and
that
the
story is
school is set up for
inconsistent.
polygamy. It's a somewhat cultish thing that Straightway Truth Ministries, which is Hebrew Israelitish, and you know how they are with the Wonder Woman bracelets on, doing their thing, and yelling at people. That's their claim to fame, is yelling at people. And I didn't know. I do need. Maybe we do need an agency for them too. Like, we need to figure out a better way for you all to get people into your cult. You got to kind of lay off on the yelling.
Yeah.
Like,
Because they were just
you
at
have
the
a pizza party
BET
or something.
festival.
Can they have a pizza party at the ministry? To bring people in, like, a fish fry. It's got to be a
But
better
it's
way
the
than
same
yelling at
thing.
people in traffic.
It's the same thing. Like, you are using religion to manipulate and control people.
Mm-hmm.
Because the person I know got the fuck up out of that shit. Though she had a kid with him, but he a hot mess. You're not the baby. Kid's really smart.
Yeah.
But like, he ended up being a hot mess, wanting to, like you said, take on an extra wife. She like recruited the wife. And then, it's a whole thing. I can't wait for her to write a book. It's good. I
Wow.
follow, I've known her because we co-workers and stuff back in the day. And I would say she's my homegirl. We're really, really cool. And we have a lot of mutual friends. So that's my homegirl. We cool. But, following her journey, seeing what her life was like before, seeing what her life is like in that journey, and then after, it's crazy.
It's I wouldn't say she's from a former coworker of mine. She worked for me. This is 12 years. When did Trayvon Martin happen? What year was that? 2011?
Yeah, 2011
2020?
to 2012.
Yeah. So she worked for me, and when Trayvon Martin happened, I spoke down at the city hall, and everything down at City Hall when everything happened. There was a couple of speaking down at City Hall for a rally and everything. And it was this young girl. I'm not gonna say her name. But she worked for me. She was a Delta, blah blah. I remember she talked to me. She's like, "Oh, I was real conscious as you were saying, blah blah." I'm like, "Yeah, no doubt, no doubt." And we stayed. I left the company, but we stayed friends on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. And I saw her progression of like her messaging, like going like real like towards that other shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I saw it little by little, and then one day she just all of a sudden says, "Yo, I'm denouncing Delta, blah 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 blah," and went there. This is before the denouncing shit became like a popular thing as it is now. She did that shit back in like 2015.
Shit.
And next thing I know, I see the Hebrew Israelite stuff. Then that's picking up, and I'm watching it. She's wearing the head wrap stuff. Nothing wrong with that. No problem with that. But I'm just saying, she went from a regular chick doing her thing, and it was a progression. And then all of a sudden, I saw her with a dude, and it's a certain Hebrew Israelite dudes look a certain way.
Yep.
And if you know, y'all. I'm not trying to stereotypically put somebody in a box. Anybody look like if I showed you a picture of him, you would know that was what I was talking about. And so then she was married, and so then still watching stuff on Instagram and stuff. And now she's just dropped off. I don't know where she didn't went to at all.
Well, I know my girl lived off grid. They had bought land and moved off grid for a while. So like they had their own animals. She was farming, slaughtering the animals, picking the, like it's just, I mean, it was different and but also like in hindsight, like, she is aware that gave her, like different survival skills. Like people used to do that back in the day. You don't really hear nobody doing that, anymore. But she learned a lot. But it's that discernment, you think you getting somebody that's a certain type of way, and they see the fault in your stars and they prey on that and they get you.
Yeah, and it was just like, and then I saw her like at during Mike Brown, and it was like, and there was nothing wrong. It was just like you could see like her was developing. It was like, and she was a cool, cute girl, man. And it was just like, man, and then to see this, it was just weird, man. And it was those certain organizations that are cultish, man, and they don't have to be just Black Israelites. It's a whole bunch of them that are out there. It was just so like sad to see, because she was a promising young lady, you know what I'm saying, with everything she was kind of, making moves with in her life. And to see it go like that was just
really sad. Really sad.
Yeah, it was just sad, man. It was just sad. All right, Dom, let us wrap it on up.
I don't think motherfuckers should be beating their kids like that. Like I said, it's one thing if it's an adult, but I think like there's time to rehabilitate kids and teach them, like the right things. Like y'all, like this, like I said, there's so many ways that y'all could have handled this and y'all chose not to. And now look at y'all. Look at y'all.
Well, where can people hit you up at, Dom?
Y'all can find me at St. Angeles. Woo! I ain't getting out today. Y'all can find me at St. Angeles on Instagram, st-angeles.com. Please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube. My number's creeping up there.
Full review coming out of Divorcing Black, not Surviving Divorcing Black, as I said in the beginning of the show.
Divorce in the Black will be uploaded shortly. And yeah, I'm back in my bag. Like I'm back in my podcasting bag. And I'm pretty sure Tyler Perry gonna have me back because he gonna crank out a movie around Christmas time. So we'll be back talking shit. And that's it.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Well, man, thank y'all for listening as always, and we'll be back soon. Peace.